Hey everyone, welcome back to Podcast by Mr. B. I'm Mr. B, and I'm here with Anna.
Hi, everyone. Great to have you here today.
So Anna, I have to tell you something crazy. Last night, I had this wild dream that I was flying over the ocean, and then suddenly I was giving a speech to thousands of people in a huge stadium.
What? That's so random.
I know, right? But when I woke up, I started thinking about my real goals in life, and I realized something important. And by the end of today's episode, you're going to learn the difference between dreams that stay in your head and goals that actually come true. Trust me, this is going to change how you think about your future.
Ooh, I love that. So we're talking about dreams and goals today?
Exactly. And not just sleeping dreams, but those big dreams we have when we're awake. You know, like, I want to travel the world, or I want to start my own business.
Yes, everyone has those dreams, but I think a lot of people don't know how to make them real.
That's the problem. People confuse dreams with goals. They're not the same thing at all.
Okay, explain. What's the difference?
All right, so a dream is like it's a wish. It's something you want, but it's vague and unclear. For example, I want to be rich is a dream.
Okay, so it's not specific.
Exactly. It's fuzzy, but a goal is specific, measurable, and has a deadline. So instead of I want to be rich, a goal would be I want to save $10,000 by December 31st this year.
Oh, I see the difference now. The goal has a number and a date.
Yes, and you can actually track it. Every month you can check, am I getting closer to my goal? With a dream, you can't really measure it.
That makes so much sense. So how do we turn our dreams into goals?
Great question. There's actually a famous method called SMART goals. Have you heard of this?
Smart? Like intelligent.
Well, yes, but it's also an acronym, SMART. Each letter stands for something important.
Ooh, I like acronyms. They're easy to remember. What does each letter mean?
Okay, so S is for specific. Your goal needs to be clear and detailed. Not, I want to learn English, but I want to be able to have a 30-minute conversation in English without stopping.
Got it. Be specific, not vague.
Right. M is for measurable. You need to be able to track your progress. How will you know if you're getting better?
So, like, you could count how many English words you learn each week.
Perfect example. A is for achievable. This means your goal should be realistic. Don't say, I want to be fluent in English by next week if you're just starting. That's impossible.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Right? R is for relevant. Your goal should matter to your life. It should connect to your bigger dreams and values.
So, don't make goals just because other people want you to.
Exactly. Do it because it's important to you. And finally, T is for time-bound. You need a deadline. Someday is not a deadline.
So, SMART is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound.
You got it. If your goal has all 5 of these things, it's much more likely to happen.
This is really helpful, but Mr. B, I have a question. What if you have a really big dream? Like, I've always dreamed of writing a book, but that feels so huge and overwhelming.
Ah, this is where it gets good. Big dreams are amazing, but you can't achieve them in one step. You need to break them down into smaller goals.
Like baby steps?
Exactly. So your big dream is to write a book. That's beautiful, but let's break it down. What's the first small goal?
Maybe decide what the book is about?
Perfect. So your first goal could be, this week I will write down 5 possible book ideas and choose one. That's specific, measurable, and time-bound.
Oh, wow, that feels so much easier than write a book.
Right? And then your next goal might be, this month I will write a 1-page outline of my book. Then the next month, I will write the first chapter, step by step.
I love this. It feels possible now instead of scary.
That's the magic of breaking big dreams into small goals. Every big achievement is just a series of small actions.
Okay, so let me ask you something personal. What's one of your big dreams, Mr. B?
Ooh, putting me on the spot. All right, well, I've always dreamed of helping 1 million people improve their English and their lives through this podcast.
That's a beautiful dream.
Thank you. But see, help 1 million people is vague, so I need to turn it into SMART goals. My specific goal for this year is reach 100,000 subscribers by December and create 50 high-quality podcast episodes.
Now that's a goal. It's specific, measurable, has a deadline.
Exactly. And I can track it every month. Am I creating enough episodes? Is the channel growing? If not, what do I need to change?
I really like this approach, but what about goals that don't work out? Like, what if you try really hard but you don't reach your goal?
This is important. First of all, failing to reach a goal is not actually failing. It's learning.
How so?
Well, if you set a goal and don't reach it, you can ask yourself, why didn't this work? Was the goal too big? Did I not have enough time? Did I need help from someone? These questions help you grow.
So it's like feedback.
Yes, every result is feedback. And then you can adjust your next goal based on what you learned. Maybe you make it smaller, or give yourself more time, or try a different method.
That's a much healthier way to think about it. I think a lot of people just give up when they don't reach a goal.
Absolutely. They think, I failed, so I'm a failure. But that's not true at all. Everyone who has achieved something big has failed many times along the way.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Think about Thomas Edison. He tried thousands of times to invent the light bulb before it worked. Someone asked him, how did you fail so many times? And he said, I didn't fail, I just found 10,000 ways that don't work.
I love that attitude.
Right? He saw each attempt as getting closer to success, not as a failure. That's the mindset we need for our goals.
Okay, so we've talked about turning dreams into goals using the SMART method, breaking big dreams into small steps, and learning from setbacks. What else should people know?
Great summary. One more really important thing. You need to write your goals down.
Why is that so important?
There are actually studies that show people who write down their goals are much more likely to achieve them than people who just think about them.
Really? Why?
Well, when you write something down, it becomes more real. It moves from your mind into the physical world. Plus, you can look at it every day to remind yourself.
Where should people write their goals?
Anywhere that works for them. Some people use a journal, some use their phone, some put sticky notes on their mirror or refrigerator. The method doesn't matter. What matters is that you write it down and see it regularly.
That's a great tip, and I guess it's also good to share your goals with other people?
Yes and no.
What do you mean?
Well, it depends on the person. Some people need accountability, so telling friends or family helps them stay motivated. But some people find that when they tell everyone about their goal, they get a sense of satisfaction from talking about it, and then they never actually do it.
Oh, that's interesting. So talking about it tricks your brain into thinking you already did it?
Kind of, yeah. So my advice is share your goals with 1 or 2 people who will actually support you and check on your progress. Don't just post it on social media for likes and then forget about it.
That's really smart advice. Okay, let me ask you this. How many goals should someone have at one time?
Ooh, good question. I think most people try to do too much at once. They set 10 goals in January, and by February, they've given up on all of them.
New Year's resolutions.
Exactly. So my recommendation is to focus on 1 to 3 goals at a time. That's it.
Just 1 to 3?
Yes, if you focus on too many things, you can't give any of them real attention. But if you focus on 1 or 2 goals, you can make real progress.
That makes sense. Quality over quantity.
Exactly. And once you achieve those goals, then you can set new ones. It's better to achieve 2 goals than to start 10 and finish none.
I completely agree. You know what else I think is important? Celebrating when you reach a goal.
Oh, absolutely. This is so important, but people forget to do it.
Right? They just move on to the next goal without appreciating what they accomplished.
Yes, when you reach a goal, even a small one, take a moment to celebrate. Tell someone, treat yourself to something nice, write about it in your journal, acknowledge your success.
Why is celebration so important?
Because it trains your brain to associate goals with positive feelings. If achieving goals feels good, you'll want to do it again. But if you just stress and never celebrate, your brain thinks goals are unpleasant.
That's such a good point. Make it rewarding, not just difficult.
Exactly. The journey should have some joy in it, not just the destination.
I love that. Okay, before we finish, let's imagine someone is listening right now and they want to set a goal today. What should they do first?
Great question. First, think about what area of your life you want to improve. Is it your health, your career, your relationships, your learning? Pick one area.
Okay, pick one area. Then what?
Then think of one specific thing you want to achieve in that area. Remember, make it SMART, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound.
And then write it down.
Yes, write it down somewhere you'll see it every day. And here's a bonus tip. Write down why this goal matters to you. Your why will keep you motivated when things get tough.
Oh, that's really good. The why is the emotional connection to the goal.
Exactly. If your goal is exercise 3 times per week, your why might be because I want to have energy to play with my children, or because I want to feel confident and strong.
That deep reason keeps you going when you don't feel like doing it.
Precisely. And finally, take one small action today. Don't wait for Monday or next month. Do something right now, even if it's tiny.
Like what? If your goal is about fitness, maybe do 10 push-ups right now. If it's about learning English, maybe learn 3 new words. If it's about writing, write 1 paragraph. Just start.
Yes, because starting is often the hardest part.
Yes, once you start, momentum builds. But if you keep waiting for the perfect time, you'll never begin. This has been such a helpful conversation. I feel really motivated to work on my goals now.
Me too, and I hope everyone listening feels the same way. Remember, the difference between people who achieve their dreams and people who don't isn't talent or luck, it's action.
Your dreams are possible, but you have to turn them into goals and then take steps every single day.
Even tiny steps, even when you don't feel motivated, just keep moving forward.
And be patient with yourself. Big changes take time.
Absolutely. Rome wasn't built in a day, and your dream life won't be either. But if you're consistent, you'll be amazed at what you can achieve in 6 months, 1 year, 5 years.
I love that. Okay, everyone, we want to hear from you now.
Yes, tell us in the comments, what is one goal you're going to set today? Write it down, make it SMART, and commit to it.
And here's the fun part. We're going to check back on you. In future episodes, we might read your comments and ask, did you do it? Did you reach your goal?
So you'd better actually do it. No, seriously though, we believe in you. We know you can do this.
And if you found this episode helpful, please hit that like button. It helps us reach more people who want to improve their English and achieve their goals.
And if you haven't subscribed to Podcast by Mr. B yet, what are you waiting for? We release new episodes every week with real English conversations about topics that actually matter.
Plus, when you subscribe, you become part of our community. We're all on this journey together, supporting each other and growing together.
Exactly. We're not just teaching English, we're helping you become the best version of yourself.
So remember, like, comment with your goal, and subscribe. 3 simple actions that take 10 seconds but mean the world to us.
And to Mr. B, come on, help him reach that goal of 100,000 subscribers.
Yes, that's his goal for this year. So if you subscribe, you're literally helping his dream come true.
That's true. See, I'm practicing what I preach. I set a goal, I told you about it, and now I'm taking action every single week by creating these episodes.
And we're so grateful to every single person who listens, likes, comments, and subscribes. You're helping us grow.
All right, everyone, go out there and chase your dreams. Turn them into goals. Take action today.
You've got this. We believe in you.
Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep dreaming big.
See you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye, everyone.